Rolling with it, I guess.
Love it. Shooting from the hip.
We were communicating.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. You're right, by the way.
All right, well, we're live.
Is it platypus? Platypie? I'm not sure.
Iron Palace Podcast.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Iron Palace Podcast, the world's most anabolic podcast on this side of Maryville, I think.
Hey, I don't know. I mean, ask Cottney.
That's true. He
Yeah.
said, I need more Iron Palace, so here we are.
Did you see that post? His next workout after being on the podcast, he added 10 pounds to his bench and 20 to his squat.
Just saying. We keep telling everybody.
Yeah, I mean,
So far, no one's proved us wrong.
yeah.
I mean, even Chad Clark said that after he was on, he tested positive for PEDs the very next day. I mean,
come on. You know, what more do you need? Hey, so the platypus.
That's a nice segue. That's good podcasting.
I just
we're like 40-something episodes in, and this is the segues we've got.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of platypus,
Yeah. Well, you know, that's a weird word to pluralize.
yeah.
But I was
So
thinking,
is plural.
man, pluralize.
Yeah, keep trying. We'll get down to the bottom of it in
Okay,
about
so-
an hour.
Plagiarism? Oh.
But talk about plurals of words. So you've got a pair of scissors, right? If you have two of them, do you still have a pair of scissors? Or do you have two pairs of scissors? I mean, what?
Great question.
Well, if you got three pair.
I think Greek philosopher, what was his name? Aphrodisiac. He thought about that one a lot. He pondered that one.
Yeah.
All I know
Well,
is
that
that-
was one of them, I think.
I know we're a fitness podcast loosely, but let's talk about it, you know? Let's get into the bottom of this scissor-sizzy situation.
Yeah. I mean,
It's not my business. I stay out of their bedroom. You vote how you want to vote. You know?
I don't know.
Well, even though this episode's going to come out after the Hack and Denny,
During Pride Month. So we're on it. Go ahead. June's Pride Month, and this will come out in June.
okay.
We're talking about scissors, dude. Why? How am I the only one that's staying on track over here?
Why is the camera not on Alan right now? Because our brother Chris is dying over here. Alan's almost in the floor.
I think we're going to need to do two separate podcasts. One that's actually a fitness podcast, and another one that's, I don't know, whatever this is.
Speaking
Platypus
of the hack,
podcast.
the platypus.
It's actually not a bad name.
Yeah.
I trademark it.
Dibs.
Nose goes.
I'll make that the title of our mixtape whenever we make one.
Yeah.
One of these days.
It'll be our greatest hits.
So anyways, I don't think we intentionally did it, but me and Holland are matching shirts. I like to think, even though this episode's going to come out after the Hack and Denny Classic, there's three of us in this room going to be competing in it.
Yeah.
Well, this weekend for us, it'll be 2 weeks ago for everybody else. So I know I don't expect to do very well other than on the Denny Stone lift.
Yeah.
The
What is the world record for that?
Denny Stone?
In your, yeah.
2 stones.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, way to be on it.
That's
I didn't have to look it up.
that's good podcasting.
That's just good podcast.
You needed the answers. I had them.
It's 9, right?
No, it's 2. It's
Uh,
definitely 2.
There's only two of them.
I've seen it done. There's 2.
I want to say it was like 890 something or 880 something.
That's the overall.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
In your,
I think the overall is also in my weight
in
class.
your weight class. Oh, really?
So,
Man.
yeah. I don't think I'm going to beat that right now. I will eventually, but not right now. However, we are going to break the world record for the 2-man deadlift
Yes.
officially. We've been talking about this forever.
I know. And I was looking at the picture in the gym of the 1100. I was like, man, if we'd have, like, that day would have, I just feel like we should have just went ahead and done. It wouldn't have been official, but it would have been a picture of it.
Dude,
And
all I know is 1100 flew.
yeah.
Like, it's because compared to the first time we did it, the first time I just came off of the first Japan trip without doing anything for 5 weeks. And then we just go straight into this powerlifting meet cold. And I did a whole powerlifting meet. And then we lift 1,100 pounds. And I wanted to die. but the last time we did it,
Yeah.
I think we definitely had 1250.
Yeah. And, I was trying to find, because you said that it's what, 11?
I think you looked it up. And I think it's 1190 something. Or it might be over 12.
See, I was looking at it.
Because I think you have to look at the IAWA.
Yeah, I was there, and the heaviest one that I found was 1157.
Maybe that's it. But either way, I think we should do 1250. I don't know why. That number's here.
Yeah. Hey, it's a good number.
Plus, it just inches us a little bit closer to Eddie Hall and Mark. Who was it?
Oh, heck.
I want to say Mark Felix.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, Felix. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, inches us that much closer, especially given the fact that they used suits and straps on I think it was an elephant deadlift bar, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Either way, the bar looked a lot longer than the one we're using for sure. But
yeah, but
yeah, so plus I have been talking a big game at work to the Japanese that we're going to hit 1250. So by the time this comes out, everybody's going to know
yeah.
if we did it or not. But to us, we don't know yet at this moment.
Wow.
It's like podcast
It's the magic of broadcasting.
Yep.
It is.
Usually people don't give you a peek behind the curtain, but we just
Oh,
What
we're
curtain?
wide open.
Yeah.
currently we have nothing better to talk about. So,
We're lucky we're wearing pants.
We're the nude neighbor that doesn't have curtains.
yep. Has their coffee outside. Morning.
And not one of the good. It's like, God, put it away.
Yeah. Oh man. So talking about the hacking dick, I was talking to Clint and Ashley and Hadley and all them. They were.
Speaking of someone who's going to push weight, Ashley.
Oh yeah.
He's a beast.
Who, like, what is that? The guy weighs as much as one of my legs.
I know. He's crazy. He's just crazy
Strong
strong.
Knox.
Yeah.
What was his? He did a hack and Denny the other day. It was reverse banded, but either way, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It was like, I'm trying to remember, but it was up there.
So Clint was like, they figured out, both of them figured out what it's going to take to win, and figuring in what they expect that I'm going to bench and what I'm going to Denny lift. But they were using what I weighed in at the hack and Denny, which was like 274 or something. Weighed this morning 256.
Woo! That's my boy right there.
Lean and mean.
Haven't even started the water cut yet.
Watch out, boys.
I was like, their math is wrong.
If he poops real good the night before, it's over.
If he enters the 245, y'all don't know what's up. Yeah. But I can't ever do that though. Like I think my first year of Highland Games, I did that where I would research into NASGA and I would find out everybody's scores. I'd say, okay, I can beat this, and that. And I wound up doing none of that. Like I show up, I throw terribly, they throw better. I wind up in 6th, and it's just so it was just a bad.
It's better just not know.
I just don't think about it. I don't even know what I'm going to lift, much less do I want to care what other people are going to lift. Like I know that Hackenschmidt is not going to go well for me. I just need to push. I would like to say 3.
Yeah.
Probably not going to happen, especially given the length of my forearms. But I do plan on pulling hopefully 8 on the Denny lift.
It'd be awesome.
I'm hoping.
Because
hopefully my little hands can hold it.
so far, nobody I've got the heaviest Hackenschmidt, or the heaviest
I was
Denny
about to say.
pull, the heaviest Denny pull at the Hacking Denny that we've had so far, which was, well, I pulled 660 at the Hacking Denny. I pulled 700 at the World Championships.
Oh, with the Hack and Denny. Okay.
Yeah. So nobody's pulled over 7 yet. So if you hit 8, that's gonna be awesome.
Because I've got it in my head that I have to hit 8.
Yeah. Well, you pulled 8 out here.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
That's been a while ago.
What weight class you?
I haven't weighed in a while. Last I weighed, I was around the 270 mark. So, in there.
That's 125.
Yeah.
my goal was to come in lighter than you because I was afraid that your Denny pull was going to be so much that I wasn't going to be able to overcome it with the Hackenschmidt.
I'm going to go on a water fast for the next few days. But yeah, so we'll see. I figure I have to pull over 8 because I'm not going to be able to do enough in Hackenschmidt to make up points, and my weight class doesn't help me or my age.
Yeah.
So, what is that?
That's the record for 125 on the Denny.
825. Ooh.
Boys,
Hey.
we might have a.
Might be looking at an extra attempt to break a record.
We might just have to. If 8 moves, then there's no reason I don't try it.
Yeah.
We're just gonna hope 8 moves though. But I will say on using Clint's loading pins, the Cerberus ones, I feel confident because those feel better. They're thicker. They fit. I'm not even going to finish what I was going to say.
Everybody's afraid of David.
I don't even talk that much.
But
Yeah.
925 is the overall.
okay,
925.
I thought it was close to 9.
Woo.
That's absurd. Just pull 1,000 at that point.
Yeah.
Man up.
No balls.
I probably won't say it to that guy's face, but
Probably not, no. That's like Chip was talking about. He was reffing a powerlifting competition, and this dude was getting ready to deadlift 900 pounds. And Chip said that he was hoping so bad that this guy would get it so he wouldn't have to red light him. He's like, I don't want to red light a guy that deadlifts 900 pounds.
yeah, because I mean, and that's what's always weird about powerlifting is even if it's red lighted in powerlifting, fact is you still lifted 900 pounds.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Yeah.
that's why to me I still count that I squatted 500
Right.
because I mean, was it IPF rules? No. Did it go?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why I watch all these people lift on powerlifting. Like in my book, they got it. If it moved off the ground all the way up and then back down, counts.
Yeah.
At least gym rules. But,
Right.
But yeah, I wouldn't want to red card somebody that lifts 900 pounds. It's insane.
No.
You're going to be nope, and then they rip your head off. That's,
Or like, so was it last weekend? The weekend before last.
About what?
The Highland Games.
It was weekend before last.
Okay, so weekend before last. That Saturday I was
Did you
in
say
Nashville.
wake in before last? Pretty sure you did. Check that in post.
Maybe.
Probably. I probably said the weekend before last.
The weekend before last?
That's my
did he
favorite.
say it or did I say it?
No, he said it.
Oh, I thought I might have said it.
That's my favorite singer, The Weeknd. The Weeknd's pretty good.
I can feel his face.
All right, anyways.
I keep feeling my face. So I was in Nashville doing with the Special Olympics powerlifting,
Banger.
and Chip had me ref
Yeah.
the first session to sit in and ref to get certified as a Special Olympics ref. The very first lifter, like as soon as I sit in the chair with the clicker, it's the cutest little girl that's in the entire competition. She's just like she's like 12 or I don't know. Well, maybe she has. What's the minimum age?
Oh, I don't know.
18.
14? No, I'm talking about the. But like, you know, she looks like the Gerber baby. You know,
Yeah.
like.
At 12?
Age the Gerber baby 10 years or whatever, and you've got this little girl. and she misses her deadlift. Like she didn't lock her knees out. She didn't get it all the way up. You know, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
it was obvious. It's 3 red lights, but I was like, I've got a red light. Really?
That's why I will not referee a Special Olympics meet.
Yeah.
And if I do, everybody's getting a lift.
Man, it was so hard to red light some of those lifts.
There's no way I can watch Zach deadlift and be like, nah, get off.
Yeah, didn't get it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sit down. No, couldn't do it. There's no way I can watch Shelly do any lift.
Yeah.
You go, red card.
Yeah.
No, couldn't do it. I'll red card another ref for giving her a red light.
I'll give you a no lift.
Yeah. That's a no ref. Get out.
I see your red card and match you a red reverse card from the game of Uno.
Just go hand it to them. They hold up their little red card. You hold up the red Uno.
Reverse.
Yeah. Like, they go, what does that mean? I reversed his red lights. That's 2 green lights.
Yeah.
House rules.
And I skip his.
Yeah.
And you can draw 4.
Hey, we had a kid squatting. The crowd was yelling. They were all hype and stuff. And Chip was the head ref, and both of the other side judges, everybody else, pretty sure they heard somebody say squat. Chip didn't. So the lifter squats, and he's waiting for, like, he's down there, and they're like, up. So he gets up, and Chip goes ahead and gives him a rack command. Well, the 2 other refs give him white lights, and Chip was like, but I didn't say squat. And so it was 2 to 1 lift counts, but Chip was like, what?
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
That's something Dave would do. He'd be at one of our powerlifting meets, and he's just in the back. Yeah. We're setting up.
Yelling the commands
Dave's in
out
the back
of
of the
order.
room. Squat.
There's not a better dugout chirp than during a fly ball hollering, I got it.
But yeah, one of the refs was like, I swear I heard. I was like, I thought I heard it too. And Chip's like, I didn't say anything. But,
yeah, you did, Chip.
Yeah, but lift counted.
I wonder how many times that's happened.
I don't know.
There's no
At
way.
least once.
Well, I was going to say there's no way that's a first.
I'm slanging facts this episode.
But I just wonder if, as the head ref, he could overrule that if he really wanted to push it. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work.
I could. I don't know. Yeah. Either way, I'm not going to know because I'm not going to referee a Special Olympics powerlifting.
It's tough. It's awesome when you get to white light their lifts.
Yeah.
But man, it's so hard to press that red button. It's so hard.
Well, I'll wait for the other 2 referees. If they both hit red, I'll hit white. Yeah. Sorry, I lost this one. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
Well, I saw a great lift.
Like, I believe in you, kid.
Yeah. Got you.
Yeah.
That's actually the guys were laughing at me at the Highland game because I was cheering for everybody even when they missed.
Yeah.
And one guy thought I was being sarcastic.
I thought you was too.
No, I was just
I was like, man, he's being a dick down there.
I was just trying to be a good sport. He said, why are you clapping? I said, dude, you did a good job. He said, I missed it. I was like, but you still did a good job.
It was a good effort.
That's me at work. I don't mean it at all, though. I have no idea what somebody's doing. Like, hey, you're doing a good job. Like, oh, thank you. Yeah, people are talking about it. Like,
People are you should probably ask for a raise.
I was just out there having a good time, telling everybody they did a great job, especially because I had nothing else to do.
Waiting on everybody else to get done so you can start.
On WOB, I don't come into 14 foot. Everybody else went out before we even got there. And I was like, I have nothing to do. And I can't just sit and cheer on nobody.
That's
I went and sat in the clan tent while they was doing that.
whoa.
Waiting.
yeah.
Sheesh. God, no. Spell that one with a K, do you?
The plaid clan.
Oh.
Not the
Okay.
That starts with a C.
Gotcha. Yeah. My bad. You pronounced it with a K.
He said it with a K.
Yeah, he definitely said it with a K. That's my bad.
But, they were talking when we got to Wob, they were like, oh, man, we got to do this fast. We got to do this fast. And I was like, well, let's just start at 14. Mark was like, shut up.
He's hit 14, though.
Mark cracks me up. Like, at the expo, I have to say, what he said had merit. I'm never going to back it, though. As he said that he thinks they should, at the start of every Highland game, take the tallest person, measure their height, and then have a box set up to make everybody the same height on Wob.
Oh.
And I thought, he has a point, because me throwing it over 15 foot is way different than Mark throwing it over 15 feet.
Yeah, the release point of your hand is 6 feet in the air higher than his.
It ain't your fault the Lord's on your side.
That's what I'm
Tell
saying.
them to get right.
So I'm like, they don't lower the basketball goal for short people. So, but that's why what he says does have a point, but I'm never going to back it up.
Oh yeah,
I will always argue that.
But we didn't open at 14 though.
Would you open it,
Howard?
Did I thought?
Oh really? Well, so you didn't come in until 17?
No, we started at 12
Yeah, okay, that's what it was.
and went up by 2s.
And then we jumped by 3, right?
Yeah, we went from
Because we went with 12. We went 12, 14, and then at 14 we jumped to 17. And I was like, well, it's been nice throwing with you guys. I hit the bar once, but yeah, I've never cleared more than 16. And I was like, oh, great, let's just jump a foot past my PR. That's cool. Dave is being very quiet.
That's really freaking me out.
I'm fighting some heartburn over here, boys. I'm really going through it. I'm having to focus.
I think Dave is saving up
That
all
cheese
of his.
coney.
No, I had buddies today. That's a problem.
Oh,
I think Dave's saving up
stomach
all of his
fluctuates.
conversation for next week.
for T-Law.
Because next week we got Travis Law coming back on.
The law dog.
The Law Dog.
I'm excited.
Lawless big doggus is the scientific nomenclature.
I believe it. Yep. Homo sapien does not exactly describe Travis Law.
You call him homo anything, he's ready to fight.
Actually, you don't even finish that quarter that where you say hump and that's it.
Yeah, you just say you're going home.
Yeah.
Lights out.
But
You going home? What'd you call me? Nothing.
Nobody's let him find out that Biden won the last election yet. We like it's like Truman Show. We're changing the newspapers. It's a full-time job knowing Travis Law.
Knowing Travis Law.
Yeah, because once you're sucked in,
Whoa.
you got to play part.
Phrasing.
yeah,
No, I meant what I said.
yeah.
Well,
Just
to
part
all
of the
the
cast. He's a
T-Law.
big
That'll be an interesting one.
to all the boys and girls and listeners back home, if you haven't noticed by now, we have no content for today.
We've had plenty so far.
This is peak content.
I'm having first episode vibes because David's being quiet and we are talking strictly about our throws.
Hey, let's talk about.
Let's start throwing stuff in here.
Well, okay. Alan was kicking over lights earlier. What did you throw?
I don't know. I found it on the floor. It's a guy with blue hair and a sword for a hand.
What do you mean? It's Goku.
I don't know, dude. I love Jesus.
Okay.
I don't dabble in the dark arts.
So this is where we're at today.
Mm-hmm.
Either one of you got an ad?
What?
What? I get so excited at 3:16 at work every day. It's my favorite time of day because I'm stone cold for 1 minute.
What?
No one pays attention. I'm just about, give me a hell yeah. That's the just cutting promos for 1 minute. As soon as 17 hits, I quit.
Save it for next week, dog. You got
I've always got plenty of stone cold. Got it in my heart, and you can too. You just let him. He's knocking on the door. All you gotta do is open it.
Just let the cold in.
Yeah.
How has he never said that before?
I don't know.
What? My favorite Stone Cold line ever. Maybe like so that he was suspended at one point, and they sent somebody to interview him. And he's like, "You want to interview me on my time, huh? While I'm suspended? I got nothing to tell you." And he walks back in his house and turns right back around. Like, on second thought, and like cuts it like it's well. Then he's like walking off the porch and he's like talking crap about Vince and all that stuff. And he looks back at the guy and goes, Don't fall off my porch or I'll whoop your ass. I can't walk off a porch to this day without hearing in my head, "Don't fall off my porch or I'll whoop your ass."
I mean, that would be bad. Not only do you fall off a porch,
the first thing you see when you get up is
the Texas rattlesnake. You hear glass breaking.
really hoping that was my tailbone.
Start looking around. Where'd that glass break at? Oh no! Oh no! It's Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Dude, you just run in wide open, slide in, start hitting people, and then the bell would ring. Always hilarious. It's just bing, 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 bing. Now it started.
Like, oh wait, start the.
We need one of those bells.
Yeah, we do.
How cool would that be? Start every episode with a.
Oh yeah.
I bet it's a soundbite that's easily found.
I was just
Those bells
thinking,
are really
It's not
expensive.
the same.
Looked into them. Don't ask why.
I was thinking Clint needed one. He could start every competition with it.
Just get a
That's
big
true.
gong. The old gong show.
Oh.
You got to warm up a gong first. It'll crack. A little percussion wisdom there.
Did not know that.
Yeah. Yeah, you tap them a couple times, get them vibrating, and then
Yeah.
give them the big splash.
So
you just
it-
go straight up and hit a gong. It's not
So
good.
in the second Indiana Jones, when he's using those big rolling gongs,
Yeah.
and they're shooting it, would those have cracked?
Probably just from, age and crap. But yeah, an actual authentic big gong. It's not like a typical cymbal that like tapers off and gets real thin on the end.
Yeah.
They're pretty thick throughout still because they're just so massive. Yeah, and if you don't warm them up, apparently just hitting it, the shock of it, you can get fractures in them.
I kind of want to do that.
It's called warming up the gong. You keep it rolling a little bit. And
I want to hit one cold now.
What's the sign language for a gong?
warming up the gong.
Yeah.
I
Hold
missed
on.
that.
Yeah, hold
Go
on.
back, do it again.
You got sign language for warming up the gong.
Austin told me that I was incorrect on what sign language for "you complete me" is today. I'm pretty sure I got it right. I look at him all the time and go, "You complete me." He's like, "Stop." I told him, like, "I have a void you fill."
I was about to say, it is a typical David thing to argue with the deaf guy that knows sign language about what is sign language or something.
I told him the other day, he popped off. I said, "Look, dude, just because you're crippled, I mean, I won't mash that mouse." And then his boss laughed.
How embarrassing.
It's like, that joke was so funny, I had to go tell it to HR.
Oh, you guys want to hear it too? He's getting his second cochlear implant in about 3 years. And I was like, dude, if you don't wake up and the first thing you ask the surgeon is not, "Am I a real boy?" then we're not even friends anymore. Ask if you're a real boy now.
Dude,
I'm going to plug a Shaky Shooter and The Hunter, HUHNTER, is where he streams, by the way, if anybody's curious to.
The
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I was pretty proud of that.
That's
dude, I felt so bad. David sent me a link to his stream. It's been a while back now.
Yeah, he was streaming
He
something.
sent me a link to his stream, and I got onto it, and I was like, "Why is this link's not working? I can't hear anything." I reloaded it like 4 or 5 times,
why is there no sound?
and then I said, "He's deaf. Of course, there's no sound." And then I told David about it. The next day, he goes, "No, there was sound. Your thing was just messed up."
You jerk. So first of all, cultural appropriation on Caleb.
It's like, whoops. Oh, on me.
Yeah.
You're the one whenever he got his cochlear implant and he sends a picture. He's got the ear covered up, and Dave goes, "How dare they only give you one headphone?"
I told I said the surgeons just put half a set of Beats headphones in your head and said, "Here."
If people heard half the crap you say to him, there's no way.
If he heard half the crap I say to him,
Point proven. This is one of our zinger of an episode right here.
Man. It's when we're flirting with the line of getting canceled.
Actually, you know what? So I forget who I was talking to. Oh,
Doug?
it was no. I was at the beach this weekend, and someone was asking me, like, she's never been to Highland Games, never seen Highland Games. She's just seen videos of me through my my stepmom, and so he was asking me, or she was asking me questions like training and stuff, and it was questions that I don't think I've ever had. But it's like it wasn't like how do you train? Because I get those all the time. But it was
boxers or briefs.
Well, it was like what are your rest periods? How often do you train? What are your deloads like? And all this. I was like, these are actually good questions. I don't know. I barely plan them. But.
I mean, I'm planning my workouts as thoroughly as we plan this podcast. You know.
I do plan this podcast. Not today, but usually I plan a lot.
You can't prove it by this one.
Yeah, not by this
Survey says.
But, I mean, I think out of the 40-something episodes, barring the first few, I usually have an iPad.
Yeah.
With a lot of notes.
We've seen it. It's a picture of kittens.
That's only sometimes.
And he's just coloring.
Yeah.
That's
And
only
he's terrible. You think he'd be staying in the lines at this point. He's
No,
that's only color.
that's only whenever y'all start irritating me on here. I just start doodling while y'all are doing your own thing. Y'all have your own side quest of a podcast over here. Y'all have a side quest podcast inside this podcast. Podquest, if you will.
Yeah.
So Alan, you got any dog?
I was gonna let you cook, dog, and you just quit. You was like, I'll put this in the microwave for later.
Yeah. So, anyways, do you plan your deloads or rest periods or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, usually everything is planned in between, around competitions, like the strongman competitions and stuff. Obviously, I don't train much for Highland Games.
It's a choking hazard. What if Kev finds this?
Everything everything I planned everything to peak for the Hack and Denny.
Yep.
And then I'm not going to have a whole lot of a deload because then I'm going to be working back up for the Kentucky
Splash.
Yes.
Come on, Dave. You know what it is.
Kentucky Open.
He knew what it was.
He did.
I know a lot. Sometimes.
I know a lot of things.
It's just a matter of finding it.
Yeah. Going through your mind cupboard.
It's up there somewhere. Yeah. Like the episode of SpongeBob where like, forget everything you know about this. Like, that's me all the time. Where did we put this file?
We threw out the name. But yeah, especially like in the end season, I find it very, like right now, for example, we had Smoky Mountain last weekend. Then we had the one weekend. Now this coming weekend, we've got the Hack and Denny. Mm-hmm. Next weekend, I've got off. But then the weekend after that, I've got Floyd's Knobs.
So, I got Blairsville the weekend after Hack and Denny.
Yeah. So, I mean, I know you just started the gym. What do your deloads look like?
I don't.
He hasn't had one yet.
What's a deload?
Deload.
Yeah. So it's
I
like.
just do.
I just
Deload. Wasn't he signed with Death Row?
Yeah. Wasn't he a member of 3-6 Mafia?
Skid Row, actually. But yeah, that's why, like, I didn't know really what to do this week because I went to the beach. I had vacation, this past weekend.
Yeah.
So it was, I just moved some weight, just make sure I still can, I guess. But
Yeah.
Ran through a montage in the sand.
yeah. Looked out the window while it was raining.
We need a montage.
We do need a montage. Oh, I mean, we kind of have a montage.
Yeah.
Our intro.
Hey, so has anybody read about Steffi Cohen?
Not in a while. I've actually wondered where she went.
To jail.
Oh.
The plot thickens.
I just saw an article today. She
so
got arrested.
catch me up a little bit. Like, who is she? Period.
So Steffi Cohen.
We don't need to talk about those.
Yeah.
Steffi Cohen is a power lifter. Well,
Doctor in powerlifting, or doctor of something fitness.
Yeah, she has a doctorate in something, exercise physiology or
What's her felony?
diet nutrition or I don't know. But she's a multiple world record holder in powerlifting, and she has since moved to boxing. She
Didn't see that coming.
Oh yeah, crazy, yeah. But she's won. I don't know if she's undefeated or I don't. She's won a lot. She's won several fights, but I don't know. I haven't seen anything from her in a long time. Today, scrolling through, here's an article. She just got arrested. Her ex-boyfriend, she hacked into his computer and found nude pictures of his current girlfriend, and she posted them online. And so the police come to get her. She resists arrest, and she like tries to heel hook one of the cops. All kinds of stuff. They end up beating her, like not beating her up, but roughing her up, getting her in the police car. Then she like tries to kick the window out, and she tears the door latch off the inside of the car. And so they've got her for all kinds of counts and stuff now. But yeah, so Steffi, come on.
This is America.
Not 2 questions. One, the first one is, why did you wait 36 minutes into the podcast to talk about this? This is material. And 2, yeah, I wonder if it's because a long time ago, I followed her and her boyfriend, Hayden Bowen.
Yeah, that's the dude.
That's what I was about to say. Was it him?
Yeah.
I still follow him, and I noticed that she disappeared.
Yeah. Well, and so I had commented something or another, like apparently I hadn't been following her closely enough lately because I'm kind of shocked by all this.
I'm shocked. I didn't know. I was actually just thinking the other day, where did she go?
Yeah, and
Me too.
And like I got all kinds of responses like this is like it's been a circus after they broke up. Like apparently social media circus going between the two of them and stuff. And they're like, yeah, this was not unexpected at all.
Huh.
And I was like, really? Yeah. Because especially her earlier content.
Oh yeah,
Was so she was like the female Athlete X.
I agree.
I
watched a lot of her stuff just because it was very informative.
Yeah, I mean, it was just straightforward, informational, training and stuff. Apparently, she's gone off the rails. Yeah.
Wonder what happened there.
I don't know.
Yeah, because I remember watching one of her preps for a powerlifting meet and her doing like her crazy cut and then the ice baths, the sauna suits, the dehydrate, all that. And I was like, Lord, man.
Yeah.
And she's insane, or was, I guess. I don't know if she still is, but she was insanely strong.
Oh, yeah.
I think she had almost all the world records for women's powerlifting.
Yeah, it said something like she's had 25 world records.
Yeah.
Daniel Larson's in jail too. Huh? That's how I feel. Daniel Larson's on TikTok. He's not all there, and he's one of the it's really easy for people to mess with, and he'll buy into it. He thinks he's dating some celebrities. He'll go to an Olive Garden. Like he was in an Olive Garden one time, and somebody commented, was like, "Hey, dude, they're in the back of this Olive Garden. They're printing your nudes. And they're going to put them out." And he's like, "That's it. I'm calling the FBI." So he sits there and tells the manager, "I'm not leaving because you guys have my nudes in the kitchen and you're printing them off." And they're like, "You should pull the fire alarm." He's like, "You're right." And he gets up and pulls the fire alarm. Like he's just super impressionable. Also a bit of a criminal for something I won't mention because whatever. But anyways, he's in jail now. So I mean, I've got a similar thing going on in my life as you do. Like one of your celebrities is in jail. And you're like, oh man. He also made a cameo on Bums and Drones, even though he wasn't homeless at the time. He was on that TikTok as well. He's kind of got around.
And his name is?
Daniel Larson.
Daniel Larson.
Also known as T.S. Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He doesn't like that name. That's not his real name. His real name's Daniel Larson. Danderson is a internet nomenclature he picked up.
I love David. David has to make a point. But we're loosely a fitness strength podcast. And David is surprised that he don't know who we're talking about. So you bring up.
I'm just saying, I'm relating myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. I understand what you're going through.
You've got pain right now, too. So.
Yeah. I was like, what? No more of this guy being weird on the internet? Because I hadn't heard anything from a while. I was usually on several different TikTok accounts. And all of a sudden, it's like, this guy's going to be in jail for the rest of his life. You're like, I mean, good. He should be, but
The rest of his life?
Yeah. Yeah, he's got several felony charges.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it got slippery really quick. I'll catch you up, Holland. I'll send you some TikToks.
A little
buddy.
more in depth than pulling the fire alarm at Olive Garden.
Oh yeah,
Because I thought, man, they're taking that seriously.
yeah. No, that's a minor.
Yeah.
That's a minor infraction for that guy. He's wild, son.
Speaking of fire alarms, Saturday morning at the Lipscomb when we were getting ready for the powerlifting competition.
I just heard it. When you looked up, I heard it.
Go ahead.
Nothing.
Where was that?
Where were you
What
at?
did we hear?
Nothing. Where were you at?
Lipscomb.
Okay.
What is it?
Lipscomb.
We've all been there.
I think you've said it different 3 times, but I'm still hearing the same thing.
What are you hearing?
Don't worry about it.
That's fine.
We'll show you.
COMB.
Okay.
Still, you've ruined it for me.
Okay, it took me a minute. It took me a minute because I was innocent in my story here, but I
think you knew what you were doing.
So
You wouldn't dress like that if you didn't know what you were doing.
6:15
Mixed signals.
in the morning, fire alarm goes off. Had to evacuate the building, and you can't use elevators and fire. That was a chore getting some of these athletes down all the stairs, and it was really. And I thought, had this been a real fire, I don't know if we would have evacuated quickly enough.
I'm calling it right now. The competition was sabotaging you. They said we're gonna tire him out the night before. He'll be so exhausted he's gonna white light everybody.
That's happened before. Like a lot of people will find out the opposing teams in town and what like hotel they're staying at and go like pull fire alarms and stuff like that the night before the game. Too. Like a lot of NFL fans that used to do that. Like the team would travel, they'd be like, "Where are they staying?" Go in and just knock on doors and everything until they get kicked out.
Yeah,
The plot thickens.
yeah. I heard. I'm trying to remember who it was. It was an NBA player that had
Michael Jordan.
If it's a playoff game, I'd go to
James.
jail for the Titans doing something like that for sure.
Who?
LeBron James.
LeBron James.
Nah, it would have been an older guy.
Derrick
Isaiah
Rose.
Larry
Thomas.
Wilt Chamberlain.
Jesus of Nazareth.
Larry Bird.
Did he play ball?
Oh, ball was life.
Those Air Jerusalem.
Dude. Imagine having to D up Jesus. Like you got to let him score, right?
You
You can't, yeah.
Can you is it possible to not?
Who knows? Like it depends on what mood he's in, I guess. But like if he's playing a fair game, like do you pack him? I don't think you can.
No.
Just because of the repercussions. Like I'd get mad and send somebody to hell in a heartbeat if they pack my shit. like that. Automatic, son. Like foul, send him. And one. Like I would float and not come back down. And one on the ball.
Just be up there like
Yeah.
It'd be like, who's covering me now?
Like Prince, the end of the Chappelle episode. Let's go one hand. Let's go the other. Then floats down. Game. Blouses.
blouses. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I don't think I could D up Jesus.
I don't even remember what I was saying now. Had called the press and told them where one of the opposing players was staying. And so he gets out of the van and he's trying to go in the back way of this hotel, to being all, discreet and stuff. And here's all the media waiting for him. And they, hounded his room all night, calling and stuff. And he had to switch hotels. And yeah, he was all mad because it was a playoff game, and
You gotta do what you gotta do.
yeah.
Then mentioning Larry Bird reminded me, apparently one of his chirps would, like, if the other team put a white dude on him, he would go to the sideline or the bench and be like, "Hey, putting a white dude on me, that's just disrespectful. You ain't got nobody else.
Yeah.
I'm gonna score 100 points. You put a white guy on me." Like, he would go to the bench or you got this white boy on me. Like,
Also, like Larry Bird would tell them, he was like, "All right, I'm gonna catch the ball,
Yeah.
2 dribbles, left hand, spin, bucket."
didn't he play like a half a game with his left hand or
Yeah,
something?
he played a whole half left-handed, just left-handed.
If he didn't quote Princess Bride on the second half, I'm not a fan.
He won the 3-point contest wearing a jacket. He rolled up the sleeves and said, "Who's coming in second?"
Yeah.
And then won
Never
the
even took it
3-point
off.
contest.
Larry Bird was stone cold.
Yeah.
Before Stone Cold was Stone
Yeah.
Cold.
Dude, if he didn't play that first half with his left hand and then come into the second half, I am not left-handed. Switch over.
I know something that you do not. I'm not left-handed.
I must admit, you're better than I am. Then why are you smiling? Because I know something that you do not know. Greatest movie ever made.
Oh, it's so good. Too bad. Yeah, too bad that it came out after Bird retired. Or he could have quoted it.
Maybe that's where the scene came from.
Maybe that's where they got the idea.
Yeah.
There's something about cool white dudes, you know?
Yeah, I know there's 4 of them right here.
I was talking about like when you see like sports highlights and stuff, and you got white dudes talking about like stuff like Larry Bird, it just makes them cooler to me for some reason. They can portray cool to me better than other people for some reason. I'll be like, I trust him.
Yeah, I trust
He knows.
He's cool.
Yeah.
Trust him.
He knows.
Give him my social security card. I trust him.
like when they're like, 4 out of 5 dentists approve. I'm like, look, 3 out of the 4 black dudes that I just talked to said he's cool. He checks out.
Yeah, that's like a
You
Jason
guys
Williams.
are 2 out of 5, by the way, from what I've been polling.
Oh, really?
Who are you talking to?
One was mixed, so 2.5.
But yeah, it's like Jason Williams. They were talking, white chocolate. Remember Jason Williams? They were talking about how, who was it? I think it was Allen Iverson was talking about him.
Yeah.
And he was like, man, he played. He's like, well, I don't say it. But they're like, yeah, come on. He's like, well, he played like a black guy. And I was like, well, yeah, that's why Jason Williams was popular. He was good. but yeah, that lent a lot of extra cred to Jason Williams. There, all the black players respecting him.
I'm also a fan of anybody who can halfway talk shit. That's a big plus for me. Like I could care less if Conor McGregor keeps fighting and gets knocked out 9 more times. If he could still be killer on the mic in between, I'm still like, that's my boy. I'll always rally for a good shit talker.
Well, I mean, it keeps it interesting,
What do you boys got?
Well, I've asked for an ad once, but I definitely think we need to run ads now.
An ad? You want an ad?
You still focused on that, dude? Why are you so obsessed with Holland?
I feel like we have something for focus.
Maybe you should tell us about it if we do.
Definitely tell that one about it.
NutriFit has something.
What do you mean,
for
you
focus.
people?
It's like Tropic Thunder. Like, what do you mean, you people? What do you mean, you people?
That movie's phenomenal.
So, NutriFit. Here's an ad for them.
Stop there.
That's it. That's the ad.
Here's an ad for them.
It's like those old
Kentucky Open. Here's an ad for it. 2 for 2.
You ever see those old Budweiser commercials during the Super Bowl? That, instead of doing a bunch of bigger ones, they did 1,000 2-second ones where it's just a guy in front of the barrels. He goes, "Beer's here." Whole commercial. A couple commercials later, it's him again. "Got beer over here." Throughout the whole Super Bowl.
I liked their Real Man of Genius ads. Those were great. But not as good as Holland's NutriFit ad.
Yeah. All right, Dave, what do you got?
Kentucky Open. Here's the ad. Kentucky Open in Somerset, Kentucky, August hold on. Let me find the files. I want to say 19th, but I don't think that's it, is it?
17th.
17th. I was close. Redo. Turn the music back off. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm here to tell you about the Kentucky Open in Somerset, Kentucky. They're going to move some weight. They're going to high-five some people. They're going to hand out some hugs. They're going to have a real good time. A live podcast and a lot of entertainment. And, I don't know, put it in your Google Maps. Is it the Expo Center? Just show up, be there, be square. You can be there and be square. It's up to you. We don't discriminate.
I like it.
Yeah, I covered all the important bits.
Yeah.
Caleb looks unimpressed. I don't know.
Everyone's a freaking critic all of a sudden, huh?
I mean, when's he done an
I
ad?
poured my soul, my heart and soul into that. I've worked on that ad all week.
Yeah.
Okay, it's the thing I've worked on the most this week.
I believe
Now
that.
that I believe.
I believe that.
Like how y'all have the one thing to plan each week. Holland nails it. Other than his impromptu one he just did, because that one was perfect.
Well, I had one to read, but I was going to, like,
Well, let's be quiet, Dave. Let's hear it.
I was like, here's the ad. And then I was going to go into
Yeah.
the ad.
All right. You want music?
Sure.
If you would quit cutting us off, we get these ads off, dude.
Yeah. Elevate your workouts to the next level with NutriFit's cutting-edge pre-workout supplements. Ignite your energy, focus, and endurance, and push through every rep with confidence. Experience the NutriFit difference and dominate your training sessions like never before. Go to NutriFit.com and use promo code CalebCDay for a discount.
Is that a reuse?
It is reuse.
I just wanted to point that out because he was like, "Oh, Holland's prepared." I'm like, "Yeah, you get the same one."
Dave, you've done the same ad for the same Kentucky Open, and you still can't remember the date.
I remembered it last
Hey,
time.
I will say that I have like 4 or 5 different
Yeah.
ads that I rotate
Yeah.
for NutriFit.
Why are you saying yeah like he's not
Because
prepared?
I don't write stuff, so that's about as prepared as I'm gonna get. I thought about it today. I didn't think about it, but usually I think about it a little
I
bit.
thought about it a little bit.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, we're two opposite ends of the spectrum here. Like, yeah, he's
No,
prepared,
that's true.
but
What
you're gonna
spectrum
you're
are
gonna
you
get the same
talking
ad
about?
eventually. Oh, I don't know if we're both on that spectrum.
No, I think you're both on it. Just
It nicked me.
different.
We're different area codes.
It nicked me.
Yeah, I'm from the south side of the, on the south side of the spectrum, where you ain't ever safe.
Never.
They let me know when you're coming, so I can tell them you're on your way.
Give you a pass to the south side of the spectrum, son. The SSP, as we call it, down here in the SSP, the double SP, dude. You down with double SP? Yeah, you know me. I think that's it.
So I was talking to a friend of mine at the
Holland is on the segways today.
at the Smoky Mountain Highland Games. Well, the SSP made me think of it. I was talking to them, and they were asking about powerlifting, and
At a Highland game?
yeah, but I wasn't. I was only about half paying attention because we were breaking up, getting ready to go to a different. I don't know, getting ready to go from weights or something or another, and so I was only about half paying attention. They had something about the SPF, the Southern Powerlifting Federation. I'm thinking sunscreen. And I was like, oh yeah, I've got some here. And I pulled out the can of sunscreen. They're like, what are you doing?
Well, what? It's copper tone. It's good stuff.
Yeah,
I was like, it's SPF 50, dog.
he's like, what was your highest lift in the SPF? Yeah, I got 50.
I don't know. I'll see how many rips I got on this copper tone.
Yeah. I was like, oh, you getting burnt? Like,
Blow your nose.
Want me to get your ears for you?
yeah, it's pretty funny. Pretty funny.
Yeah.
So, Caleb, you got a story?
Yeah, Caleb.
We had ads.
Yeah. He did 4.
Got a point. Give me a minute. I'll think of something.
Hey, did you get that message I sent you earlier about ChatGPT?
I read it. I looked at it real quick while I was at work, and I thought, this has got to be. He's hacked.
So I was talking to my friend Greg at work about it, and he'd never messed around with ChatGPT or anything. And I was like, man, it's crazy. I was like, watch this. And I was like, write a poem about the Smoky Mountains and a guy named Greg. And then boom, this poem comes, and he was like, so what if somebody else puts in the exact same, parameters. He's like, is it going to be the same poem? I was like, I don't know. And he was like, well, who else has ChatGPT? And I was like, Caleb does. And so I sent it to you. Of course, you never.
It shouldn't be the same, though, because it's supposed to always be learning. So by the time it's punched back in again, it should have more information.
To that, I will say there are times whenever I use ChatGPT a lot of times for different, like quotes or stuff like that for the podcast, and I'll type in the question and I'll just keep copy and pasting it over and over again until I find one I like. But there are times where it gets kind of like cod locked and only just gives me the same 4 and repeat.
It gets what? Is this some kind of fish? I think I had that at Camp D's the other day. 2 pieces of fresh Alaskan cod lock.
Yep.
Is that a fried dish or is
It can be. It can be. Cod
Story.
lock sushi though.
Story, I've got one.
I'm ready.
See if you can guess it off this little bit of information I remembered. Let's see.
Someone's not prepared.
Obviously. I think we covered that part. But
Glass houses and all. I would have held it together if it wasn't for Alan. Damn it, Alan.
so well, at one of his competitions, he
RuPaul.
that's it. Show's over.
Bam.
No. It was coming down to the last qualifier to qualify for World's Strongest Man. And he's matched up against Luke Stoltman, Tom Stoltman's older brother.
Oh, that clears it up for me.
Yeah.
We did a whole episode on the Stoltmans. You don't remember?
Yeah.
Tom Stoltman specifically.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember.
The albatross.
Yeah.
So anyways,
David does not remember.
David doesn't remember last week's episode. So anyways, if you can guess this man.
About it.
Thanks for backing me up, Holland.
Yeah, man.
So they were up onto the Atlas Stones. It was the qualifier for World's Strongest Man. And he knew if he can get into the guy's head, then he wins. He says that all the time, actually. He said that in several interviews. But at this time, he walked up to the guy, looked him dead in the eye, and said, I'm about to beat you in front of your entire family. And he saw in his eye that he just didn't have it that day. So then he went on to qualify for World's Strongest Man, beat him pretty instinctively, and then ripped his shirt off, revealing his own brand shirt. Any guesses before I tell you what that brand is?
Al Sharpton.
It's Strong and Pretty.
Strong and Pretty.
It's way off.
Yep. That's Obi.
Yeah.
Robert Oberst.
Oh.
No. That's a different episode.
Better get excited. Oh, I know that one.
Hey.
Yeah, Robert Oberst is pretty dope, dude. I mean,
Yeah,
even though he never won, the dude is still a monster.
Oh yeah. I mean, he was always in the top several.
Yeah.
You know, and just just to be in the top 10.
It's a term of endearment, David.
No, I wasn't laughing at the way you used it. I'm just laughing at the phrase because I was like, oh, that's going to be permanently in my lexicon now. I'm in the top several.
I'm in the top several. Yeah.
I was third out of 3.
Yeah,
Like,
several
oh my gosh.
just bagging up. Like, I'm in, I don't know, probably top several.
Well, you know, I mean, I was going to say, you know, he's usually in the top 5, but you know, sometimes he'd be 6, 7. You know, but still, I mean, you're in the running.
The top several, some would say.
Yeah.
I mean, he made the cut for the show.
Yeah.
Strongest man in history.
He had the American log press record for a while.
Yeah. Nicknamed the American Monster. Strongest shoulders in the U.S.
Talking about the top several. I got my mom a Mother's Day card one time. It said that you were the fifth.
Holland with these segues.
It said you're the 5th greatest mother in the world. You know. And she was like, "What?" I was like, "Think about how many mothers there are in the world, Mom. You cracked the top 5." I was like, "That's pretty exceptional." You know, I was like, "Let's not get greedy here."
I'm sure, I mean, what about the mom that lifted the car off her son? I mean, that's top 4 material.
Like, depending on how many they invited that year, if they were going for a mom's Heisman Trophy and she was top 5, she could be sitting next to the Virgin Mary with a chance to win the freaking Heisman Trophy.
I mean, you know, yeah.
That's like I got a card for. I was dating this girl in high
Love you,
school.
Mom.
was dating this girl in high school, and I missed Valentine's Day because I forgot. And so I found this card that was 2 dinosaurs on a rock watching Noah's Ark go off. And they say this little bubble says, that was today? It's my crowning achievement of cards. I've never found a better one.
That's pretty good.
Anyways, of all people to beat, to go back to what we were talking about before.
Yeah.
Of all people to beat his log press record, Rob Kearney.
Oh, really?
Didn't see that.
Oh,
one.
that's right. Yeah.
Didn't see that coming. Mostly because looking at the two people, you just figure Robert Oberst has got that one in the bag.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just the size difference.
Yeah, Rob Kearney is relatively small.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still.
He's like 5'10", right?
I think so. He's somewhere around there.
And he's under 300 pounds.
I'm fairly certain.
Yeah.
He's not. I mean, he's big, but he's
I was
not.
thinking around 270 maybe.
I would say, yeah. He's either right at 300 or under.
Which is a big man, but
that's what I'm saying.
As
like,
far as world's strongest man goes,
Yeah.
you're on the small end of the.
Yep.
Yeah, that's like Martins Litzis for the longest time. He was super light.
Oh, yeah, someone even asked him if it's, do you need to put on a mass to compete or to be competitive in World's Strongest Man? He said, no, I hit most of my PRs whenever I was under 300.
Yeah. But, I don't, it doesn't seem like he's trying to stay as lean now.
No.
I've hit all my PRs under 300.
That's a true statement.
Me too.
Trying to steal my thunder.
Sorry. But, it's at a certain point, though, you reach a max level of strength for your size, I think.
Yep. Well, me and Jake have talked about that several times because Jake, being in the Marines, he has to maintain a certain level of fitness as far as like running. So whenever like me and him will be at the gym and he's trying to he wants to hit 500 on deadlift pretty bad. I mean, he gets close, but like I think he's at like, he sent me a video the other day, but I can't remember what it was. It's upper 400s. And he was saying, I just don't know what I need to do to get to that point. He said, because I should be getting there.
Yeah.
I said, well, mind you, I think you're just getting to that point of you can't put on mass because you need to be able to run.
Yeah.
But I think you're capping out on your strength level for this size you're at.
Yeah.
I think he could run with a little bit more mass on if he didn't run with his hands above his shoulders.
I told him that too.
Yeah, it's really fighting against him.
I know. I keep telling him that, but he won't change his mind. Swears by it even.
He's like, the limper the wrists, buddy, the faster I go.
I know they told us one time in like a running clinic in the Air Force. They said sometimes the girliest way to run is the best way to run. I think they told that to the Marines and they took it a little too literally.
Jake's the only person I've seen that runs overhand.
Runs overhand.
Overhand running.
He's been watching that Addams Family spinoff. What was it?
Wednesday?
Yeah, I told you.
That's pretty good.
I hadn't seen it. I've seen all the memes, though. Tell us about it.
I don't remember.
Oh, must not have been that good.
All right. Well, since we're coming up on time, and you've got ChatGPT, why don't you type in there, find us a quote in this show?
You can find the political limits of ChatGPT pretty quickly.
The political.
Yeah, so like it was originally set up to like just supposed to just learn from the internet. Well, then it was like immediately racist. so they started throttling it. But there's certain questions you can ask, like policy questions and stuff, and it'll like kind of skirt around like the news does. Like, oh, this is the answer. It's like they're starting to police it a little bit. It's not the Wild West like it once was. But yeah, like so when they just let it learn on its own, no joke. Within hours it was racist.
I just picture you at home. Your wife's at work or something, and you're just at home questioning ChatGPT to the core.
Dude,
Like,
as far as I'm concerned, ChatGPT is a terrorist that I've got to Gitmo, buddy. It's freaking. I'm going to find out where the leaders are, where this oil that I've invented is. I'm going to find somebody to blame for the mistakes I've made, and they're going to give me the name.
I've got a quote for you.
all right.
and it's from John F. Kennedy.
Is it a real one?
It is.
All right. Old Jack.
Do not pray for easy lives. Pray to be stronger men. JFK.